Why, hello there, and welcome back to The Vault. This show covers unknown or forgotten movies, and I'm your host, Joshua Hinton. The movie we will look at for this episode is Black Swan. It is a thriller/drama released in 2010. Black Swan stars Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, and Winona Ryder, and earns an 8.0 on IMDb and an 85% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's a quick synopsis of the movie. Nina Portman is a ballerina who gets the opportunity of a lifetime to be the prima ballerina for the opening act of the season, Swan Lake. The pressure mounts for perfection as the opening day quickly approaches, with Nina sinking deeper and deeper into madness. There's a quick synopsis, but the question is, does this movie deserve its high praise, or should it be cast off to the dollar bin? As we do, I will go over the bad, then the good, and give my grade for the movie at the end. So without further ado, let's dive right in. So let's look at my dislikes or where I think the movie can improve. This movie can make you feel a little uncomfortable, so don't go into it thinking it's a family night movie. Definitely not. And that first part kind of plays into my second dislike. It's very jarring. So it starts off like, oh, this is a happy story, a feel-good story, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, nope. It's about 2 minutes in, and now I'm uncomfortable. So be ready for sort of being tossed around like a roller coaster throughout this entire movie. Some of the critics did not enjoy the movie either. Dana Stevens of Slate and a top critic on Rotten Tomatoes said this in their December 3rd, 2010 review. Portman toils slavishly to realize Ambosky's mad vision. It isn't her fault that despite Black Swan's visual splendor and bursts of grand, genial excess, this emotional, inert movie never grows wings. I will put a link to their full review in the description below if anybody wants to read the review. The question, though, is a critic right? Does this movie go nowhere fast? Well, let's take a look at some of what I thought were the good points or where I thought the movie excelled. Right off the bat, I got to tell you, great acting from Portman, and I think Mila Kunis holds her own throughout this entire movie just fine. They both deserve praise for how good it is. Portman plays the uncorrupt perfectionist, and Kunis is a free-spirited corrupter. And they just feed off each other magnificently. Feed off each other greatly. I may be and then this kind of plays into the next part, and I may be reading too much into the movie, but I see a real black hat and white hat nod in this movie that adds a level of intrigue. If one looks closely through the whole movie, with a few exceptions, Portman is almost always the one in the bright colored clothing, whether it be pink, white, some light gray. It's always light color with her, and shows her as a good person or the uncorrupted, if you will, whereas everyone else is in black, like literally almost throughout the entire movie. Everybody but Portman is in black, and that shows them as the bad person or the corrupter, if you will. And I see it sort of as a nod to old movies when there was the black hat was the bad guy and the white hat meant the good guy. Now, critic Mike LaSalle of the San Francisco Chronicle and a top critic on Rotten Tomatoes said in their review from December 2nd, 2010, for all its ham-fistedness, it captures something about the tyranny of the ballet world and, by extension, the neurotic imprisonment of the female body image. I will provide a link to the full review in the description below if anyone is interested in reading that review. But that brings us to the end of this, and that's the bad and the good. But how does the movie stack up? I think the movie can stand on its own with just the performances from Portman and Kunis. But I think the element of campiness in the movie do add in a new depth and help add to the movie and making it worth watching. I think I would say that the 8.0 on IMDb, and an 85% on Rotten Tomatoes is well deserved. And I personally would give it a 7 out of 10. But remember that this is not going to be a movie everyone likes. So if psychological thrillers aren't for you, I do not recommend. But if anyone wants to watch the movie, it can be found on Amazon, Hulu, HBO Go /now, or now. HBO Go or now. All right, well, that concludes our show for today. If you like the video, please leave a like or a comment and check out our other great content on NWTV7. Available on YouTube and Twitch. If interested in more movie reviews, tune in Friday nights between 5:30 p.m. and 6 p.m. for Bottom of the Barrel, where I and Cade Kennedy watch and review bad movies on Twitch. This is The Vault, and this is Joshua Hinton signing off. And as always, stay frosty out there.